Officially, the Argentine Republic is a country in South America, bordered by Chile to the west and south, Bolivia and Paraguay to the north, and Brazil and Uruguay to the northeast. Argentina is derived from the Latin argentum, which means silver. The country is a federation of 23 provinces and the autonomous city of Buenos Aires, its capital and largest city. It is the 8th largest country in the world by land area and the largest among Spanish-speaking nations. Argentina is a founding member of the United Nations, Mercosur, the Union of South American Nations, the Organization of Ibero-American States, the World Bank Group, and the World Trade Organization, and is one of the G15 and G20 major economies. A recognized regional power and middle power, Argentina is Latin America's 3rd largest economy with a very high rating on the Human Development Index. Within Latin America, Argentina has the 5th highest nominal GDP per capita and the highest in purchasing power terms. Analysts have argued that the country has a foundation for future growth due to its market size, levels of foreign direct investment, and percentage of high-tech exports as a share of total manufactured goods, and it is classed by investors as middle emerging economy. The first Europeans to arrive in the region came in the year 1502 through the voyage of Amerigo Vespucci. The Argentine Declaration of Independence was issued by the Congress of Tucumán in 1816. The bases of modern Argentina were established by the generation of 80 and sought to industrialize the country. A wave of European immigration led to the strengthening of a cohesive state, the development of modern agriculture, and to a near reinvention of Argentine society and economy. The country emerged as one of the 10 richest countries in the world, benefiting from an agricultural export-led economy as well as a British and French investment. Driven by immigration and decreasing mortality, the Argentine population grew 5-fold and the economy 15-fold. Argentina has a total surface area, excluding the Antarctic claim and areas controlled by the United Kingdom, such as the Falkland Islands, of 2,780,400 square kilometers, or 1,073,500 square miles. Argentina has 6 main regions: the Pampas, are fertile lowlands located in the center and east. The Mesopotamia is a lowland enclosed by the Paraná and Uruguay rivers, and the Gran Chaco is located between the Mesopotamia and the Andes. Cuyo is at the east side of the Andes and northern part of the country. The Patagonia is a large plateau to the south. The highest point above sea level is the Mendoza province at Cerro Aconcagua, about 6,959 meters or 22,831 feet. Also the highest point in the southern and western hemisphere. The lowest point is Laguna del Carbón in Santa Cruz province, minus 105 meters or minus 344 feet below sea level. This is also the lowest point in South America. Temperate climate ranges from subtropical in the north to subpolar in the far south. The north is characterized by very hot, humid summers with mild, drier winters and is subject to periodic droughts. Central Argentina has a temperate climate with hot summers with thunderstorms and cool winters. The southern regions have warm summers and cold winters with heavy snowfall, especially in mountainous zones. The country benefits from rich natural resources, a highly literate population, and an export-oriented agricultural sector and a diversified industrial base. Historically, however, Argentina's economic performance has been very uneven, in which high economic growth alternated with severe recessions, particularly during the late 20th century, and income maldistribution and poverty increased. Early in the 20th century, it was one of the richest countries in the world and the richest in the southern hemisphere, though it is now an upper middle income country. High inflation has been a weakness of the Argentine economy for decades. Officially hovering at around 9% since 2006, inflation has been privately estimated over 30%, becoming a continuous issue again. The government has manipulated inflation statistics. Income distribution, having improved since 2002, is still considerably unequal. Argentina began a period of fiscal austerity in 2012. Argentina ranks 100th out of 178 countries in the Transparency International's Corruption Perception Index for the year 2011. Reported problems include government corruption, lack of judicial independence, huge taxes and tariffs, unsafe streets, political, economical, and social crisis, and no justice system. Moreno, Argentina's Minister of External Commerce, has now restricted the purchase of US dollars to Argentine citizens, complicating those who need to travel to foreign countries for work or even leisure, an unconstitutional decree. Manufacturing is the largest single sector in the nation's economy, 19% of GDP, and is well integrated into Argentine agriculture, with half the nation's industrial exports being agricultural in nature, based on food processing and textiles during its early development in the first half of the 20th century. Industrial production has become highly diversified in Argentina. Leading sectors by production value are food processing and beverages, motor vehicles and auto parts, refinery products and biodiesel, chemicals and pharmaceuticals, steel and aluminium, and industrial and farm machinery, electronics, and home appliances. In the 2001 census, Argentina had a population of 36,260,130 citizens, and preliminary results from the 2010 census were 40,091,359 citizens. Argentina ranks third in South America in total population and is 33rd globally. Argentina is considered a country of immigrants. Most Argentines are descendants of colonial-era settlers and 19th and 20th century immigrants from Europe. During the 18th and 19th century especially, Argentina was second only to the US in the numbers of European immigrants received, and at those times, the national population doubled every 2 decades. The majority of these European immigrants came from Italy and Spain. And 86.4% of Argentina's population self-identity as being of European descent. An estimated 8% of the population is mestizo, and 4% of Argentines are of Arab or Asian heritage. Recent illegal immigration has mostly been coming from Bolivia and Paraguay, with small numbers from Peru, Ecuador, and Romania. The Constitution guarantees freedom of religion, but also requires the government to support Roman Catholicism economically. Catholic policy remains influential in government, though, and still helps shape a variety of legislation. The official language of Argentina is Spanish, usually called Castellano, Castilian by Argentines. The most prevalent dialect is Rioplatense, whose speakers are primarily located in the Rio de la Plata basin. Italian and other European immigrants influenced Lunfardo, the slang spoken in the region, permeating the vernacular vocabulary of other regions as well. A phonetic study conducted by the Laboratory for Sensory Investigations of CONICET at the University of Toronto showed that the accent of the inhabitants of Buenos Aires, known as porteños, is closer to the Neapolitan language spoken in southern Italy than in any other spoken language. Tango, the music and lyrics, often sung in a slang called lunfardo, is Argentina's musical symbol. It has influences from the European and African culture. Tango dance originated in Rio de la Plata and spread to the rest of the world soon after. Dances from the candombe ceremonies of former slave peoples helped shape the modern-day tango. The dance originated in the lower-class districts of Buenos Aires and Montevideo. The music derived from the fusion of various forms of music from Europe. The word tango seems to have first been used in connection with a dance of the 1890s. Initially, it was just one of the many dances, but it soon became popular throughout society as theaters and street barrel organs spread it from the suburbs to the working-class slums, which were packed with hundreds of thousands of European immigrants, primarily Italian, Spanish, and French. In the early years of the 20th century, dancers and orchestras from Buenos Aires traveled to Europe, and the first European tango craze took place in Paris, soon followed by London, Berlin, and other capitals. Towards the end of 1913, it hit New York in the United States and Finland. Argentines enjoy a wide variety of indigenous and criollo creations, which include empanadas, which is a stuffed pastry, locro, a mixture of corn, beans, meat, bacon, and onion, humitas, and yerba mate, all originally indigenous and Amerindian staples, the latter considered Argentina's national beverage. Other popular items include chorizo, a spicy sausage, facturas, Viennese-style pastry, and dulce de leche, a sort of milk caramel jam. The Argentine barbecue asado, as well as parrillada, includes various types of meats, among them chorizo, sweetbread, cheaterlings, and morcilla, which means blood sausage. Thin sandwiches, sándwiches de miga, are also popular. Argentines have the highest consumption of red meat in the world. The national flag consists of 3 equal in width horizontal stripes, colored light blue, white, and light blue, with the Son of May in the center of the middle white stripe. The flag was designed by Manuel Belgrano in 1812. It was adopted as a national symbol 20 July 1816. The coat of arms of Argentina, which represents the union of the provinces, came into use in 1813 as a seal for official documents. The Argentine national anthem, adopted in 1813, was written by Vicente López y Planes, with music by Blas Parera. It has been subsequently shortened to only 3 paragraphs, after omitting the lyrics' attacks against former occupant Spain. The cockade of Argentina was first used during the May Revolution of 1810 and was made official 2 years later.